I'm going to explain why you have seasons on the Earth using a polystyrene ball painted as a globe by my technician Natalie, a carbon filament lamp to be the sun, and an infrared camera and a visible light camera to see what's going on. First of all, let's remind ourselves that the Earth takes 24 hours to rotate on its axis. It's rotating much faster here, and that's why we get night and day. We can see the half of the Earth on the left, it's daytime, and the half of the Earth on the right, it's nighttime. As well as rotating on its axis every 24 hours, the Earth also orbits, moves in a large circle around the Sun, and that takes a year. Notice how the axis of rotation, here the axis is a glass rod, is at an angle to the plane of the orbit. Now, if I stop the Earth in this position, which is winter in the northern hemisphere, we can see some interesting features. In the infrared or thermal imaging camera image on the right, we can see that the northern hemisphere is on average cooler, particularly around the North Pole. And we can understand that by looking in the visible light image and seeing that the light, and hence the infrared radiation as well, is more spread out near the top of the Earth, and so it will be less intense. And in fact, we can also notice that around the North Pole, it's nighttime the whole time because that bit is leaning away from the sun. It will, of course, be summer in the southern hemisphere. 6 months later, the Earth will have moved round to the other side of the sun, which means now the northern hemisphere will be leaning towards the sun. And so it will be summer in the northern hemisphere and winter in the southern hemisphere. An interesting question might be, what would happen if the Earth wasn't tilted on its axis? Well, we can try this as well, and we can say that in this case, then we get a cooler patch near the North Pole and a cooler patch near the South Pole, and it would stay a uniform kind of season the whole year round, which would be much more boring in my opinion. Thank you to David Cumbers for suggesting the idea for the video, and to my technician Natalie for painting the globe.